All right, everybody, welcome back. Sorry for keeping you waiting. Today was gaming day. I know what I said last time, but as I was telling Chase, hello, Chase.
Hello, everybody.
I forgot to configure DS for Windows, so I would have to play like with Square being the confirm button, and that's not nice. Like I had to press X on my keyboard to just switch through the menus, and that was extremely annoying. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna try to do it on Friday if I can stream on Friday. Saturday is probably always gonna be hard because I cannot draw during the day, so I'm gonna draw in the evening. Anyway, hello Fiddle, how's it going? And
Fiddle.
I still have a residual cough, so bear with me. Hopefully it's gonna be gone soon, not too annoying. But how are you doing, Chase? How have you been?
I am doing all right. You sound better than you did the last time you streamed.
I am, yeah, I am.
Because you sounded like you were about to die last stream.
That's more or less, yeah, that's more or less how I am here usually. That's how I sound when I wake up here. Every single morning I wake up, I feel like I'm dying. It's really annoying. I don't know if it's the air quality. I use an air purifier now, but it's really bad. Like my throat dries up completely in the night, and so I wake up. I'm like oh very, trailer guy music, trailer guy voice. So it's not really nice. Anyway,
gotta make some pulled pork. That sounds good.
How do you pull it? All right. Anyway,
I hope you drench that in sauce. That's what I love to do. Take pulled pork and put like tons of barbecue sauce and mix it together. It's very good.
I had a barbecue the other day on Sunday with a family that has kids in the same school as my kids. Well, same kindergarten. It's different than barbecues in the West, but it's still pretty enjoyable. I get the meat. The fact is that the meat here is cut in very small chunks, so it all feels like very long because you have to take all these like little pieces of meat and handle them all, and it's kind of annoying instead of having a big steak or big steaks and hamburgers and stuff. But it was pretty enjoyable, so not too bad.
Well, even in America, barbecue is just different depending on what region you're in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like Texas barbecue is going to be different than Ohio barbecue.
Do they cook meat with guns in Texas? Like they shoot them, or maybe they take livestock there. They kill it on the spot.
That's some fresh meat.
Yeah. I need Dice Armadillo to be on my other screen though. Okay, not this one. The original. Is it? Oh, it's here.
Yeah, I'm very particular about the meats and what you do with them. So a while back I had I went out to a steakhouse with my family for my nephew's birthday, and I mean my brother-in-law, well my sister's husband, he ordered a hamburger, and he ordered it rare, and I looked at him and I'm like, a rare hamburger? What? You're gonna eat a hamburger and it's like basically bleeding when you're biting into it? Like,
yeah.
Listen, I understand.
He didn't feel sick.
You know,
he didn't.
Oh no, he ate it. I mean, good lord, basically not cooked in the middle,
well,
just on
lucky.
the edges.
I don't know. I'm scared. I'm paranoid.
I don't get a rare hamburger. Who eats that?
I don't know. I generally try not to eat the meat too rare anyway. Like I want it well done in any case. I can eat it a little pink, but I try not to because I'm freaking out if I do. So
it just really depends, I guess, because I know there are plenty of people that like their steaks a little rare, but I've never heard of a person eating a burger rare. That's just mind-boggling.
They heat it with nukes as fiddle. Yeah, maybe. Rare meat is pretty nice. It's soft, but I can't go beyond medium rare. Like it's gotta be like just a little pink, and I'm still like, okay, I guess I'm gonna give it a try, praying God that I'm not gonna feel sick, because I'm really not into eating raw stuff or half raw stuff. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, like if like that's what I'm saying. If it's a steak, I can see medium to medium rare, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
A burger is totally different, though.
Also, because ground beef is like kind of gross and full of.
Just like imagine you go to McDonald's and be like,
Yeah.
can you cook my Big Mac but make it rare? That's so gross.
Not into it. No, definitely not. So. Burger. I can't eat it if it's more than medium. Yeah. Well, a burger, I've never seen anybody eat a burger that's not burnt, basically. Carbonized. So, I don't know. I would not do it because I freak out. But I guess Chase's brother-in-law is brave. Very brave. Actually, I had this conversation about the thing we talked about here on stream about the bull's testicles, I think it was.
Rocky Mountain oysters.
Yeah, and so because this guy, the husband of this family, he was like, oh, you gotta try this thing. And it's like, what is this? Well, it's tongue. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna eat tongue. It's kind of gross for me. I don't want to eat tongue. I don't want to eat tongue. I don't even eat liver because I don't like the smell. So I'm very particular about that. Or brain. I don't eat that kind of stuff. And so I told him, like, well, there's a place in the US where they actually, it's a specialty to eat bull's testicles. He was like, oh, really? Well, I don't know if I would try that.
What was Saman saying? Don't they eat goat testicles or something similar to that?
Beef has to be less than medium. You mean less as in raw or less as in more cooked? I am picky, yes. I am picky. Because I got IBS, so I started at some point. I started just picking whatever I was eating based on how disgusting I felt about it, or how disgusted I felt about it.
Well, you're used to Italian food, so your standards are probably a little higher.
I am very particular. Like even there, like I can eat pretty much everything from the south, but when you start going to the north, like eating greasy stuff, that's also pretty heavy to digest. I've had my fair share of stomachache, so I'm like, nah, probably not. I generally base it on like neurotic unwill to have stomachache later, since it happens pretty often to me. So I don't want that. So I try to be careful. It has to be rare or medium if it's a steak. I still cook it. I still have it medium, like a little over medium. Like it really just even if it's roast beef, literally the cut name roast beef, I tend to want it pretty well done. Oh.
I think that's what Fiddle is saying. He doesn't want a well done steak. I mean, that's a common sentiment.
Yeah, I know. In fact, I've been told many times, like, "Oh, you're ruining it. It's gonna be like the sole of a shoe." But I don't care. I don't care. Again, I like it. I like if it's a little more medium than well done. It's softer, I admit. But just the peace of mind that I don't have if I do that. I don't know. It's all mental, I realize, but whatever. Oh, I have stomachaches after everything I eat. Yeah, that's why I try to be careful. Like for example, today I ate. So because I have IBS, I don't do really well with cooked vegetables. And today I said, well, there's some leftovers. I'm gonna eat some leftovers, but they were like carrots. Carrots do not go down well on me, so I had stomachache today. I was like, ugh. This is so annoying. So I have to be extra careful because I don't want to be miserable the whole time. And it sucks because I like eating actually. So it's really annoying. But alas, that's what it is when you have IBS. Same, yeah. It really sucks. So I try to be careful. I would like to, like, I would eat, if it was for me, I would eat pizza every day. But I can't because of lactose, right? Cheese. So it really sucks. Now I do well. Like here in Japan, on average, I do better than I do in Italy. Probably because of the starches and wheats that are different. I do pretty well with carbohydrates, not so well with protein, unfortunately. So eggs are kind of meh. But I do pretty well with local rice and stuff like tofu. Even it's protein. It's pretty good for me. The only thing that doesn't give me aches is nuts. Yeah, I eat nuts, almonds, peanuts. Everything else kills me. Nuts are good though. Nuts are really good for health, especially peanuts. But all nuts in general, macadamia, whatever it is.
I eat mostly meats, but I've been noticing lately that I really feel like I need to start eating more fiber too. Not to get into disgusting subject, but like for the bathroom.
I understand.
Yeah. But I mean, like, to be serious for a second, though, when you're not eating much fiber, like, and I've gotten into this habit, it actually does affect things like that pretty significantly.
It does, yeah. It does. But again,
because I focus so much on protein and fats that I kind of leave out. You know, I'm not consuming a bunch of sugar or carbs or anything like that, but I do lose on stuff like fiber by not eating bread and whatnot.
Yeah, it kind of sucks for me though, because I like bread, but at the same time, it bloats me like hell, so I can't eat it, and that's why I rarely have stomach aches here in Japan. That's one of the few positive things here is that the rice I eat here, and even if it's like fatty meat, it really cause me particular issues unless I eat like cooked vegetables or cheese containing stuff. It's just stuff containing cheese. High fiber stuff is the worst. Stuff. Yeah, for us, for IBS, like carrots.
Yeah,
carrots, not very good. You spend
stuff with high fiber. The stuff with high fiber also doesn't usually taste that great, in my opinion. But it does help a lot when it comes to things like digestion, though.
Oh, it does, yeah. I'm jealous though of people who can eat everything, and I've never been one who could eat everything, unfortunately, because again, I like eating, but since when I was 12, I've got these ridiculous. I think they messed me up when I had appendicitis, because before that I didn't have problems really. I was eating not much because my mom's not able to cook, but I was eating pretty much everything. And after that, after I had the surgery, I started having ridiculous issues in my guts. Maybe, I don't know, I left it untreated for too long. It was almost like in critical stage when I took it out. But man, I miss like being able to eat everything and just be, hey, that's a breeze. It sucks. It's a little better here, but not in Italy, really. Which is horrible for me because I like Italian food. I love high fiber cookies, but yeah, I understand. I can eat normal cookies like choco chips and whatnot. I can eat a lot of junk, but not healthy food apparently. Pretty much only raw vegetables are okay for me. So I eat a lot of salad, but I can't. I
could probably deal
tomatoes.
Yeah. I could probably deal with high fiber cookies, especially if you use like molasses or something. But the issue is that I've been like, I cook hamburgers and I have like these, they're basically like keto friendly hamburger buns.
Yeah.
And so they're an alternative to normal hamburger buns because they have like way fewer carbs. Like these keto friendly buns have like 3 grams of carbs per bun or something like that. But they offset that by having like tons of fiber, and you could tell in the taste that it's mostly fiber. They suck, like sand. But it's like the only it's like the only alternative though.
Yeah. It's understandable. I got IBS randomly, but I'm guessing it was because of stress eating and stuff like that. I never been stress eating. I've been stressed. Yeah, I was kind of stressed because I was being bullied a lot when I was in middle school. But I don't think it was that. It was because it only happened after I had surgery. So, and they did mess up probably. They felt very sick after surgery, so it was really annoying. I stayed in the hospital like a week. Horrible memories. Horrible memories. That's why I don't like hospitals. I mean, pretty much nobody likes hospitals, I guess, but I have very not nice memories of it. So whatever. Hope not to see one soon again. I hope, but my hopes are kind of low being here. We'll see. We will see. Wait, there's something wrong here.
Too bad Cheese is not awake. He would love this conversation.
Oh yeah, he loves to talk about disease.
He's too busy posting pictures of women from YouTube videos on Discord.
I mean, it wasn't really stress. I just ate shit ton of food and sped right. Okay, I see. It could be. It could be. Depending, I guess, depending on your initial disposition, like how you are. So this guy who came here, he also does like weightlifting, but he's like buff. And he's like, oh, do you take protein? Like, do you take powder protein? Like, yeah, take a scoop or two. He's like, what, only? I'm like, I take 3. I'm like, dude, I don't think I would take 3 scoops of protein. Not
I've taken 2, not 3.
Yeah, 2 is until 2 I can do. I was taking 2. Then I went down to 1 when I was in Italy, but I can do 2. But then I prefer to just get protein from actual food like chicken or peanut butter, because I don't like the idea of just filling myself with powders. Also because it contains, like, you're not supposed to digest all of that raw material without anything else, right? You're not made for that. So
you're talking like shakes, right? Like protein.
Yeah, like
shakes.
whey protein, yeah.
Right, yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to spend the day on the bathroom. So if I take three scoops is a lot. 60 grams of protein in a sitting. That's a lot of stuff in one go. So I don't know.
I hate to say it. I mean, I was doing that for a while, but I hated the way it made me feel.
Right.
Whenever I was drinking those shakes every morning.
Yeah, it makes me kind of nauseous. Because it's a lot. It is. It doesn't look like. I also took weight gainers at some point. It didn't work, but I don't like the way they make me feel. It's really gross. So no, I'm just gonna.
I did not like the taste. I did not like the fact that it felt like I ate like 2 full meals in a single drink when I was consuming it.
Yeah. Because this is the thing. So I want to get in shape and be athletic, etc. But I don't want to spend my day feeling nauseous every day, because otherwise it defeats the purpose, right? If I feel nauseous every day, like, what the hell? Like, a shitty life. So I would rather weight less and be still kind of healthy and fit if possible, if I work out, then weight 10 more, like 20 more pounds, but be like shitty, feeling like shit the whole time. Because there is a subreddit named Gain It, and the things that people do in there, they're a little too, like, they stuff themselves up until they throw up. That's insane. Like, the point is that you want to feel better, so why do you make yourself feel worse? Like, it's not like, I don't care about visuals. I train because I want to feel good. So if I feel sick, that defeats the purpose, so I'm not gonna do it. So whatever. This guy is also lucky, I guess, lucky genetics, and he has a pretty active life. I'm like sitting the whole freaking day, so my digestive system is like on pause every second. It's like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is genetics, but when you look at, like,
see a fiddle.
I would certainly like to get in shape and be, somewhat muscular, but when you look at people, like, I don't want to be Arnold Schwarzenegger or something like that, because you kind of have to devote your life to that entire lifestyle, like every waking second. And it's like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I would like to be in good shape and have some sort of muscular look to it, but at the same time, I'm not trying to go for the whole bodybuilder look, because that dominates your life. There's a reason why those people, like, make that their profession, because they have to devote everything they do each day to being in that shape.
In fact, that's one of the things I told this guy. It's like, well, you got a pretty active life. Like, how he also goes running. He's like, how long do you run? Like, hey, I don't know, 40 minutes a day. Like, dude, 40 minutes a day is a long time for me. I can't. 40 minutes a day is what I can do a workout for. 40 minutes or an hour. But past that, I've got, especially here, I've got 2 kids to take care of. I waste 5 hours a day doing things, not waste, but spend 5 hours a day doing things for them. Whatever I have left, I have to work to get money, and then I have to work on, you know, the thing that I actually want to bring about in this world, like the art project. So I don't have this kind of time.
Yeah.
These people, they have a lot of time apparently in their hands.
Well, yeah, I mean, the fitness people themselves are making money off of their fitness.
Yeah,
so
right.
it isn't, I mean, they're making money while doing these things. It's very difficult for someone like you or me to take that kind of time out of the day to do,
Yeah.
you know, like 2-hour-long workouts
No,
and things
it's
like
impossible.
that. Like that's,
I mean, if I had infinite money, so if I didn't have to work to get money, I could still spend. I don't know, because so here's the thing. I'm as you guys probably know at this point, I'm a person that likes to make things happen. So even if I had infinite money, I would probably spend the extra time I have to make more things rather than working on myself. I would spend more time. Certainly, I would spend more time on myself, like getting in shape and whatnot. I would probably hire a personal trainer. Yes, I would do that. But I would still feel like I'm not doing enough. Like man, I want to create this thing now. And the fact that I did not dedicate 20 hours a day on this wrecks me pretty badly because I want to do it. So it's
same
a
here.
mindset.
Like if I had like an injection of money every month that could keep me alive and comfortable, I would spend most of my time like either writing or programming or working on things because I want to create things, and for me the biggest issue is finding the time to do
that. Yeah, time he's a big concern, especially for me nowadays. I feel like my time has been reduced to 0 pretty much, with those 5 hours taken away from me. Because 5 hours is a long time. It's 5 hours. Even if I include meals, I have 5 hours. If I take away meals, it's like probably like 3 to 4 hours. 4 hours, I guess, less than I could have spent before doing something. So like now I cannot stream every day. And every other day, or when I'm not streaming, I am like trying to work on my weaknesses, like I was doing before. I was doing mechs, for example. I can't do that every day, and one day of the week needs to be spent like grocery shopping or stuff like that. So it's difficult to when you have a project, like it's a game for Chase or whatever he's writing a book. And I have this art project. It's not easy to find time. Hey, Matthews. Someone should start selling time in bottles so people could have more time to do things. I agree. I absolutely agree. Time is really something I could never have enough of. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think I said this on a previous stream, but you know, like the hyperbolic time chamber in Dragon Ball. Do you know how much I would be using that? Like, 1 year in here is like a day in real life. I'm like, oh my god, do you know what I could do if I could just spend a year in there just working on stuff?
But the point is, the thing is, if you're still getting older, that is a problem because the thing would be like not getting older while you're in there. Because that would mean, like, if you live longer, you technically have more time than other people, right? So the thing would be, like, finding something that gives you, like, physically more time than you normally have as a human being. That would be nice. So, like, a chamber like that doesn't make you older. Because that does, right? I think Gohan was older when he came out.
I don't remember. If it wasn't significant.
Taller. No? I don't know. I don't know that. I don't remember that. But I had the impression that for them, because the hair would grow, right? So I would think, but time is passing for them. So I'm assuming they are getting older. So if they stay 60 years in there, they're gonna be super old when they come out. I guess. I assume.
I mean, if it keeps your physical shape in stasis, I would be totally fine with that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If I'm 80 years old and I have the body of a 20-year-old, I don't.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. I think the time chamber, despite the fact that he's still aging there, I don't know if I would. because that means that if I have someone here, I'm gonna die much earlier than them. So I don't know. Although it would be like, I guess the thing is, it really depends on how old you get. Because if you get older too fast, then you will not have the energy to do the things you want to do anyway. So it's really important for me that a time chamber does not make you age. That would be a win-win thing for me. It still gives you an edge over everyone else. Like, okay, I'm gonna make this game in a day. It's actually a year, but certainly
that's something. That's something I legitimately believe is going to be happening in the near future, though.
Like making a game in a day or a time chamber.
No. Anti-aging agents. Especially with the help of AI.
Probably. Yeah.
We're going to elongate people's lives significantly. I mean, like, a lot of people say they don't want to get old and you know, everything that happens with age. But I mean, like, if you're 120 years old and you still have the body and the mind.
Oh yeah, that's not the problem, right? The problem is the decay. That age doesn't really matter. We already are way more in shape. Like a 50-year-old today is way more in shape than a 50-year-old 50 years ago.
Right.
But it's probably going to speed up, you know.
The technology is going to be there, and I think it's going to be here in, you know, the next 30, 40 years.
Probably, yeah.
So I mean, I mean, with the help of AI and us investigating, I mean, it's totally possible, and we're already working on anti-aging agents to begin with.
Oh yeah.
But once we refine that, I mean, hey, if Nemo wants to live to be 300 years old and still have the same body and mindset today, why not?
That would be interesting. Hopefully a better mindset and a better body. Who knows? You could imagine like being able to... So the problem at that point would be overpopulation, though. Because if nobody dies anymore, it's going to be like...
Well, that's not going to be a problem since people aren't having children. But...
That's also true, right? You could just... A stasis of humanity where people only die for violent death. Accidents and stuff. You could stay there just a few minutes a day and just have time for yourself. Yeah, I guess, yeah. That could work. That could absolutely work. That could work. Space exploration also, I guess. Yeah, if we find another...
That's not going to be feasible in our lifetimes.
Another...
Unless you're talking about like Mars or something, but I mean, we're not leaving our solar system anytime soon.
Unless some kind of... absolutely
unless you play Vicunauts and you see how that's explained.
Vicunauts is going to be available at some point in the future. In a near future. So look forward to it, folks.
That's quite literally the main plot line of Vicunauts is the keys and doors which allow us to explore other worlds.
Well, maybe we will discuss them for real. Who knows? Who eyebrows? Who knows? Now, how do I figure this out? Where is the... So this goes here.
Oh, speaking of that, by the way, I saw that you sent me the photo of your son with the stickers. Where did he put the stickers?
He put them on my desk. Oh, my drawer here. 2 of them are in my drawer. The others are on the like TV stand.
Yeah, I figured one was on a drawer. The other, I wasn't sure if it was like on the arm of something, like a chair or what.
No, I think he didn't give the Baynog to his girlfriend yet, because he's a playboy, so he's undecided on like
which girl to give it to.
Yeah, like really, because there are 2 girls he likes, or they like him. I don't know. So whatever.
Who's the best girl?
Yeah. And one of them, by the way, is the one who came here with her family the other day. So I was like, hey, did you give the sticker to the other girl? And he's like, no. I'm like, why? Well, I'm gonna give it to this other girl. I'm like, okay. But he didn't. Nice. He didn't. He kept it. So
it's like, what's Rey and Asuka from Evangelion? It's like, which one is the best girl? Which one do you guys like more? He's got to choose between them to give the Baynog sticker. Oh
well. At least it's a good choice. It's funny because he actually intentionally kept the Baynog as a special one. It wasn't me telling him to do that. He actually left it purposefully. So it is a very good design apparently. It's popular.
It makes an impression, yeah.
Yeah, it must be making an impression, yeah. It's okay like this, maybe. Okay, whatever, doesn't have to be precise. Whatever. Well, so I'm gonna merge these. Obviously not gonna finish this today. I didn't record it, but at some point I will finish it and then we'll post the final. I'm sorry I can't stream for that long recently, but having to make Sid Kid sleep. He doesn't even sleep. They're not used to sleeping, so I just stay there and tell him stories. I'm actually teaching him how to read now. I'm using the preschool books, in English obviously. He's picking up small sentences and letters, little by little. I don't know, Chase. If
was he?
Yeah?
Was he sick before you got there, or he just happened to get sick as soon as you got there?
Nah, he was sick. He was sick already.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, he sneezed today. I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding. Like, you're not getting sick again, right? It was just a random sneeze, unfortunately. So it seems. We'll see tomorrow. Because that would be insane. Like, come on, I'm still sick. Basically, I'm still shaving off the last one, shaking off the last one. So, please, please have mercy. No, he's reading the what's the name? I don't know if you've heard of them. The ones that have various levels. They start with Matt Sat and Sam Sat to learn the first few words and letters, and then they progress through like cat, dog, things like that. He can read. He actually did it pretty quickly. So we're the second book already. We'll see.
Matt? You said Matt?
Sat.
Sam Sat?
Yeah, Matt Sat, Sam Sat, yeah.
Are they? That sounds like what they're called, like Bob books. Is that what?
Yeah, Bob books. Yes, those
yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. They're not even.
Those are like just basic language books, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It's more difficult, obviously, because he doesn't know what "sat" means. So I had to explain. He didn't. I had to explain to him that "sat" is like "sit," but in the past. Because it's not his first language. So I have an extra challenge. But it's been pretty nice to use those books. So I'm giving him a score, like points he'll be able to spend buying something from me if he gets them right. So we'll see. I'm like, hey, you gotta learn how to read so you can play Zelda by yourself. Because I'm tired of having to read everything for you. So.
Oh my god, that reminded me. There's like a Reddit post I saw where like a husband and wife were doing things like that. They'd have like a chart, and then it's like, if he takes out the garbage and does the dishes, he gets points, and then he can use the points for like sex or something. And it's like, wow, what a transactional relationship.
That's a little too much, maybe. That's a bit much. Wouldn't fly around here where I have to do everything. No, didn't see anything, obviously.
That doesn't sound like a very stable relationship. Like, right. Hey, let's we're going to do things for each other, but we're going to do it based on points, and then you can turn in your points. It's like going to the gold saucer in FF7. Pretty much. Can I? Yes. No, outside. It would not be a fun relationship, probably. By all means, it's okay to be, to make sure that both people put in more or less the same amount of effort, but it's a little too much, probably. Well, it kind of sounds like it would engender like resentment too. Like, hey, if you've got all these spots on a board with the chores and whatnot, I see that you're not doing the chores on this day. What's the deal with that? That could be the start of some arguments.
Right. That is a problem. A little more flexibility is necessary. obviously.
I'm surprised that women would keep track of something to use against you, though. It doesn't
Really?
seem to be
Doesn't
in
sound
their
like, right? Absolutely freaking lutely doesn't sound like. Who would ever think something like that would happen? Okay, yeah, I think it is good enough. It's good enough. Now if I can just, I'm gonna use the green here. Probably. Man, I really wanted to play Final Fantasy VII today. But whatever.
I've been playing in my off time. I'm already at Icicle Inn.
Well, I'm not surprised. I'm not playing enough. I'm not playing at all. But I've been playing Zelda, so it's fine. I have nothing but good things to say about Tears of the Kingdom. Honestly, everything is so much better than Breath of the Wild.
I agree.
I just started the temples. I'm at the Zora temple now. I mistakenly tried the Rito temple before, but it was too difficult. It's a really nice game. Like the fact that one thing that really didn't make me happy about about Breath of the Wild was that there were no dungeons. Basically, this one has a lot of dungeons, including the huge underworld, but like actual dungeons, like the sewers and whatnot. So it's really nice.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
I prefer the temples and Tears of the Kingdom over the Divine Beasts and Breath of the Wild. I mean, the Divine Beasts were pretty cool. I like them as a design and like exploring the interiors and whatnot. But like, they're basically just big puzzles. There's no threat to you, right, until you get to the boss. And at least like the temples have like enemies you can fight and whatnot.
Pretty cool to see Ghidorah also appearing in the game.
Oh yeah,
the three-headed dragons.
The Gleeok, yeah.
Really cool. Also like the fact that there are some mini bosses scattered here and there. In general, like the whole world feels very alive. This is it's not just because of the presence of more NPCs and whatnot. It's because it's really so thick. Like it feels so full of stuff. Like the way the presentation is and everything.
Yeah.
They improved. I was actually noticing yesterday they actually improved the light effects a lot. The 9-day cycle is much better than it was in at least it seems to me in Breath of the Wild. Like the light, the way the light shines in the morning, it's so nice despite not having HDR. So really impressive.
Yeah.
I am really impressed by this game.
I was really worried that the world would feel too similar to Breath of the Wild when I first started, but there's so many substantial differences that I can kind of appreciate it after playing Breath of the Wild, because when you're familiar with those areas when playing the first game, it's like, oh, all these little different changes, like especially, like Hyrule Castle and whatnot. Like you don't go there in the beginning of Breath of the Wild because it's so dangerous. And yet now there's a settlement there in the Tears of the Kingdom. So it's like, okay, some of the areas that were dangerous in the first game are like safe, and then vice versa for other areas. So it's really interesting how they kind of swap certain things around.
Oh, absolutely.
I just the general mechanics too. I when I was playing it regularly, which I haven't played it in a while.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, I finished it a while back, and I don't know. It feels like a game that I would rather go back to, especially with like the building aspect.
Oh yeah,
like all the different contraptions you can make. It's just,
it's really cool. Really cool. I wouldn't even ask of another one. Like this one I can play for a long time now, I think. Because there's so much to do, like so much really. It's not easy to exhaust. Breath of the Wild felt like, okay, well, I'm done with the towers. I'm done with some shrines, and the shrines were all the same in Breath of the Wild. But these, like, I'm liking the puzzles in the new shrines a lot more.
Yeah, there's multiple ways to solve them.
Yeah, right. It actually makes you think like you would think in real life, like actually use your brain, not just try to think of the only way you can solve this. So it's really It's easy to appreciate that. As someone who likes puzzles like me.
Yeah, that was a thing in Breath of the Wild where it's like you would go into the shrines and do the puzzles, but there's like always basically one solution to every shrine. And in Tears of the Kingdom, there's like so many different ways to solve them, just by even combining items that you have can help you solve the shrines.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You don't even
like I said, attaching a rocket to your shield can help you solve many of the shrines.
Yeah. That's an easy way out of many puzzles. Yeah, it's a nice game overall. I'm glad I got the physical copy because I have it on display, so it's fancy.
I kind of wish I did too. Apparently, if you take the Breath of the Wild game, the box, and put it next to the Tears of the Kingdom box, it kind of makes a little picture together.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know. This is making me think I should get a physical disc version of the PS5 as well. Also, because for the PS5, it's not like the Switch where games are still gonna be super expensive 2 years, 5, 10 years later. You can find Final Fantasy 16 for $30 now here.
Already,
30,
yeah.
Yes, $30, and it was out the day after my birthday on June 22nd. So it's a new game, but it's already very affordable. I could buy it for that price. Probably gonna be worth it. Even if I don't like it, if I have it physical, I can just resell it. So whatever.
Good luck with Nintendo games.
Nintendo games, do not go down in price. Now, I would, for Zelda, I would probably make an exception for Zelda, because Zelda, in fact, is still a very good game. It, Breath of the Wild, it didn't really age that much. But most of the other games, no. I don't think Astral Chain is worth $50 today, for example. Or Mario Odyssey, or Mario Kart, or Octopath, definitely not. Also, because they're on other consoles, at least Octopath is on Steam as well. You can get it for cheaper. So there's no point in just paying a premium for playing worse, because obviously the computer performs better than the Switch.
You're turning into a robot for me.
Oh? Am I? I don't know, I see it's stable enough.
It could just be my end. When I'm on Discord, I see voice connected and it's like a red bar.
Oh, that might be the server though. Yeah, that might be. You see the red bar? I
now
don't.
It sounds fine. Yeah, now it sounds fine.
Okay. Yeah, it might be because the server is far away now. More probably. Probably needs to hop through more stages, more places to get there. I don't know. I don't know how the connection between the US and Japan is. So
probably be better if I was on the West Coast, but I'm an East Coaster.
You're an East Coaster. On the East Coast. Okay, this is actually looking. Even the colors are not too bad actually. Might be able to use these. Let's see. The eye is white, really? Oh, whitish eye. Whitish claws. It's not looking.
That expression in the original artwork, that's something they did a lot.
Yeah, right.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
It's almost like pervy.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. Like, hey.
I'd like to grope you.
I don't know. I guess the person who drew all these had a fetish of some sort. I don't know. I don't.
It reminds me of you know the card Hoshiningen?
Not by name.
Here, I posted on Twitch.
Español. Why is it not letting me? Oh. Is this a card?
Yeah.
I don't know how I would redesign that, honestly. It's a star with boots. What the hell? This is a horrible idea.
They actually made a new version of it too.
Really? Man, it feels like
when they were introducing When they were introducing Link monsters, they made a Link version.
Feels like it's sorely needed.
Here, I'll post that too.
Okay, that's better though. At least it's good looking. Hoshiningen. Hoshiningen means human star.
Yeah.
Just
I don't know why they called it that. I think in Japanese its name's like just Superstar or something.
You'll figure. But with a lot of them, they it seems like they gave Japanese name like that. What was that? The seahorse. They just called it
Tatsu no Toshigo.
Yeah,
Something.
why? It's just seahorse. Literally, it's called seahorse.
They did that a lot with the early car. I don't know why. Maybe they had like a bunch of weebs doing the translation, but there's like Hitatsume Giant. That was another one. And originally it was just Cyclops in Japanese. I don't know why they call it Hitatsume Giant.
To make it sound more Japanese than it actually is. More Japanese. Oh well.
Well, I think Japanese words kind of sound like names to us because we're so removed from them. It's kind of like the sea serpent. His name is Kairyu Shen, right? And it's like when you say that in English, that sounds like the name of something, Kairyu Shen. But like when you're saying that in Japanese, you're just saying like what, sea dragon god or something like that.
Probably, yeah.
It's just like a literal translation.
Yeah, that's true for a lot of words here. Like they are just descriptions.
Yeah.
Like you take something like Inuyasha, and if you watch in Japanese, they like all the moves have their names. So you have like Kaze Okizu or Kaze no Kizu, whatever it was, and that's Scar of the Wind or something. But it's just a description. It sounds very cool, but it's just a description. I once made an experiment and I tried using the same principle of Kamehameha Wave, right? It's just a name of a king. And so I said something like, I forgot the word, but I said something like, I don't really care about this in Japanese, and it sounds super cool. But it's not. It's just a stupid thing to say. And to them, it sounds stupid.
A lot of them. A lot of them are just description. That's true of Odin's move, Zentetsuken.
Oh yeah.
That literally just means something like iron cutting sword.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Which sounds stupid when you say it like that, yeah. But you hear the word Zentetsuken and it's like, oh, that sounds way cooler.
Right. Sounds like, but ain't. Oh well, still cool. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to stop. Unfortunately, I know it's not much, but I gotta sleep. I was also considering waking up at 5 and streaming, and like no kidding, it's not a joke. I was considering waking up earlier, like literally at 5 and streaming and going to bed much earlier, obviously, like streaming maybe before the kids wake up or something. So I'm gonna think about it. That would be basically around the time I was streaming at in Italy. So don't take my word for it, but I'm just considering it because it's difficult for me to do it at this time still. Like even if it's when I was doing it before, I cannot do it every day and have a normal life and do everything I have to do. And I would like to stream more, so we'll see. Anyway, this thing is kind of shaded. Probably gonna do it better, but it's looking good. I think it's looking a little better than the original. So
I would say so. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks very much for being here. Thank you, Chase. Obviously. Sorry for the brevity of the stream. Hopefully, you can do a little better in the future. But I'm gonna see you guys on Friday. I hope. If not Friday, on Saturday. I'm shooting for 3 times a week. So we'll see. All right, everybody. Have a good day, I guess, for everyone else. And I will see you next time. Take care.